soon after Bill Clinton is sworn in as president, he can probably expect to hear from Bob White. The Catonsville, Maryland collector has autographs of several presidents, as well as locks of hair from Presidents Washington, Jackson, and Lincoln. In fact, what Bob White wants most these days is a museum to house what is said to be the largest private collection of JFK memorabilia that there is. Frank Bond has our story.
First Oriole manager's hat, Jimmy Dykes, 1954.
Bob White has been a collector since he was a boy. Many of his treasures are from Hollywood, including Oscars and costumes from classic films.
Oscar for American in Paris, given to Arthur Freed, the producer.
But the most amazing collection in this room is taken from the life and death of JFK.
I just get a different perspective on the man, and especially to hold his wallet and his watch and his rings and all, you get a feel for the person. I mean, what type of person he was. From 1957, fourth wedding anniversary.
White has gathered Kennedy memorabilia for more than 30 years and now has the largest private collection known to exist. It spans JFK's life from his gold christening ring to blood-stained swatches from the seat of the limousine in which he was assassinated. The items Bob White collects are extremely personal, and everything is authenticated.
For instance, I have a rare Kennedy button, the rarest Kennedy button, when he was touted for vice president in '56. But the joke is that I have Kennedy's button that he was given in '56. Some things don't need letters, like a passport. John F. Kennedy, when you hand your passport, I mean, that's what it is. But some things, like the credibility gap is there. Pins, badges, things that he owned, cigars, things like that. Each thing has a letter on it. And the letter is as good as the item. It's the credibility gap filled.
White owns JFK's first presidential memo.
He arrived in the office at 8:52, and his hands are on that piece of paper in the photographs.
And he owns the flags that were on the presidential limo that November day in Dallas.
A month ago, I bought the flags off the limousine in Dallas, the one that the president used in Dallas. And when my person handed me those, I was in awe. I mean, I didn't even know that they existed, let alone my people had them. This glove was worn by President Kennedy to his inauguration.
The folks Bob calls my people are Kennedy insiders. Their identities are as closely guarded as state secrets, but White says they are people who were with JFK on a daily basis, people who now have access to the belongings that he buys.
I don't know what's out there. I don't know what my people still have, and I respect them for that. I don't ask them what they have. I don't infringe on their privacy. So in answer to what I want the next thing that I know I'm not going to get.
Bob White is also looking for a location and a sponsor to set up a museum for his treasures so that the public can see a collection now reserved for historians and presidential scholars.
And I can't believe that I have a lot of things that I have. I don't sit around and wallow in it, but when I even look at my collection, I'm in awe of my collection, which kind of sounds egotistical, but I'm just telling you like it is. I mean, I look at my collection and I say, I can't believe I own these pieces.
That's what happens. You pick up one, and then you get another, and then you're like that gentleman.
I've never been a good collector, so I don't know. I lose things.
Well, still ahead on Eyewitness News, we will head to Times Square.